Hey guys, it's Deneen here. I am in the middle of organizing still, and I thought I would share a quick video with you. Nothing long like the last time. I am not going to voice over this video, so I hope I don't mess up too much. Usually I voice over things and then I don't have to worry about whether I say or okay or so like 16,000 times, which I do know I do that because the kids in school tell me that all the time. Anyway, this is my bowl of tabs. And if you guys have watched my process videos or seen my pages on Instagram, you know that I do 6x8 Project Life, and a lot of the pages within that album are different sizes. So I might have a 3x8, and then I'll have a 5x8 or whatever, right? There's just so many different possibilities. In addition to that, I use those citrus twist small pockets, which I love to put little page tabs on. Everything has a page tab. I'm a tabaholic. So you might be thinking, geez, Deneen, that bowl of tabs would last me a lifetime. The truth is, it'll probably last me a lifetime as well. However, I can't get enough. And since I started making them for myself, I definitely go absolutely crazy because I don't have to worry about running out of them or not having a specific color or a specific saying because I can make them. And I'm not saying I don't like sticker tabs anymore. The ones that Allie Edwards puts out, I will always buy no matter what. It does not matter because I have to have them. But I do get the chance to make them on my own. So here's my bowl of tabs. And the other day, I was starting to get ready for Project Life 2025. I know it's August, but better late than never. And I started thinking about some phrases that I wanted on my tabs. And I thought, I could make tabs. I've made these tabs before. I could make more tabs. And so I did. And I made these type of tabs. And I also made a type of tab with a little bit of a different shape. And I cut them out. And I didn't want to mix them in with these because I kind of felt like these are here and they need to stay here. And then where am I going to put the new ones? So as I was peeling when you peel these off of the plastic mat, the sticky mat from your cutting machine, you're sitting there with your little tool and you're picking them off one by one. And as I was doing that the other day, I started thinking to myself, this is great. Like these stick to this mat so nicely and they come off, but then you could put them back on and you could take them off. And oh my gosh, what a great way to store some of these tabs in a magnetic photo album. And so immediately I went and looked in my closet because I know I have them, except they're 27 years old and they're not so sticky anymore. And I went on Amazon and I did a little research because Pioneer is what I've always known as being the company that made those sticky magnetic sheets with the album. And I thought, well, maybe there's something cooler out there now, right? Maybe there's something funner. Maybe there's something with a fun cover or a cool whatever design. And I did a lot of research because that's just what I do. And I didn't find anything that really tickled my fancy. I didn't find anything that made me go, oh, yes, that's the ticket. And after doing some reviews and reading them, I just came to the conclusion that Pioneer is the way to go. So I bought myself, and you're going to see this right here. This is a Pioneer old school album. And look at, does that bring back memories for any of you? It totally brought back memories for me. I was going crazy. I thought it was great. And then the cover. I put my Extravagant Hope stickers all over the cover because I wanted to make it a little fancy. Plus, I am also not trying to hoard my stuff from Brandy Kincaid anymore. I am a self-admitted hoarder. It's what I do. I hoard things. I save things. I don't want to use them because once I use it, it's gone. And again, that's something that I am battling. And so in that process, you probably saw on my Instagram that I did a bulletin board at school with a whole bunch of her cards from Extravagant Hope. And I am putting her stickers all over things as well. I digress. Here I go again. taking you down a rabbit hole. So let's get down to what I'm doing here. Let me move these. Now, this is not going away, just so that you know, this is staying here. I love these. I will never get rid of this, but I'm not going to add anything new to here. I'm going to just pull from here until I cannot pull anymore. But if you know, I have cats. And cats generate a lot of fur. Cats generate a lot of dust. I am always forever dusting and cleaning in here. My furniture in here is black. Does not go well with cats. Maybe my black cat, but I have one black cat and 4 colored cats. So again, this bowl will sometimes get filled with cat hair just from that flying through the air. And I have to go through and clean it out. And I was thinking maybe I'll start considering a different way to store the tabs that I make. Okay, so I'm storing the tabs that I make, and I'm going to store them in here. So let me just show you what I did. I got this from Amazon. It just came today, and I am just going to use it to store the tabs that I make and a couple other small things. So when you open it up, you're going to notice that I have this whole page here filled with the same color tab. So I know that there's all different phrases on these tabs, and I know that I, can go in here and I could look now. Geez, I'm doing something about a really good day. What kind of stamp do I want? Ooh, here's one that says the best, right? Whatever. Oh my God, that was such a great day. I loved it. Good vibes, right? Little wins, simple joys, gratitude, documented. Basic phrases I made that could probably apply to just about anything. Now, I know that as I get closer to December Daily, I'll probably start creating some for December Daily and maybe some gratitude ones around Thanksgiving, but basic phrases that are just good for everyday life or what I was after. So I made these, and these are a little bit of a different shape. Let me pull this up a little closer so you can see. I know there's a glare on there. So you can see these are not just the regular rounded square ones. They're a little bit more fancy, but I like diversity. So I have the rounded square ones right here, and then I have these. So this is a blue. This is a nice blue. I put a tab here at the top. So this is this tab, but up here in white, and I put page tabs on it. So page tabs, they're going to be in here. So when I make new ones, I will take them from the sticky mat on my cutting machine, and I'll just peel them off of one, and I will put them on here. And then when I need a tab, I will just open it up, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to use this one, and I will close it up. Now, why is this going to help me? Well, one, I'm going to know what I have. I don't know what I have here. I probably have everything. There's probably nothing that I don't have, but I really don't know what I have. And so I thought this is just going to be great, again, for only new tabs going forward, not adding anything old in here, just new. And I'm going to put them on each on a different page. So I put the blue first. Again, I put the little tab up here. And then when you flip over, you can see I have a mustard. This is a burnt orange, a burgundy, and a green. All of these have the same sayings on them. So if I'm looking to match something, I could look here. But I'll be honest with you, I am getting less and less worried about matching things as the years go on. I used to always look at the color wheel and think, what colors go together? I don't even care anymore, to be honest. I obviously subscribe to Allie Edwards kits. Her creativity does the matching for me for a lot of things, and I don't have to worry so much about it. But in Project Life, I am mixing and matching just so many different things that it doesn't bother me if it's a different yellow or a different green. It's just something that I'm working on getting over. So we flip over and we have a salmon color here. And so I have all the sayings in all the colors. As you can see, I was experimenting with how to put them on the pages, right? Because it's that stickiness. And if you fill the whole page, you've just covered all the stickiness. And then this thing isn't going to stick closed. So I put that and I went, that was a lot in one spot. So then I was like, well, maybe I'll do this. But then that was the same thing. It was just 2 different colors. And then I decided that, well, maybe I'll put them all on the inside. Again, overthinking is my superpower. But I will tell you that if you decide that you are going to get yourself some of these magnetic sheets, which, by the way, you do not need to buy the album if you have a 3-ring binder. I just happen to be one of those people who just wants a brand spanking new album that I can cover with stickers. And I had all old binders from school that they were cruddy, right? They weren't good. So I just bought this one. I think it was like $15 for the binder and then all of these page protectors. And I just figured, you know what? You can't go wrong with Pioneer. So these are page tabs. I also did cut out some new ones. These are the rounded squares. I did these as well. The sayings on these are not the same as the sayings on these. I was moving over too much. See? Sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so some of the colors might be the same. They're almost the same. This is a salmon. This is kind of a red. This is a lighter, brighter orange. This is a darker orange. So some of the colors might be similar, but they are different phrases. So the phrases on here are different. Again, if I am looking for something yellow, I can go here and go, okay, I want something yellow, fun stuff, or this and that, or right now, or this photo, whatever. And then green, and then a blue. So that is my organizational tip for those of you who might want to organize not just like things you cut off of your silhouette, but I also have another tab called Use Now. And Use Now is going to be just that. It's what I want to use now. And as I was cleaning this past week, I went through my desk and I found all these little things that I had placed to the side. And I thought, that would be great. I want to use that on a page. Ooh, a sticker from Extravagant Hope. I want to use that on a page. The 20 I just found underneath my mat here on my desk, and I didn't want to lose it again. So I put it in there, right? This is going to be a little, it reminded me of like Allie's bridge system. If you took the stash class, I think that was the class, the stash class. Yeah. I mean, she came up with the most amazing bridge system where she has these cute, adorable little holders on her desk. And she, as she gets an item that she thinks to herself, like these, I totally want to use these. She will put them in a different little holder on the bridge system. So this is similar, except it's not going to hold all of the stuff and things that Allie's holds. And it's just something that will keep me from throwing these little things into this bowl. I'm not going to do that anymore because I went in this bowl the other day, and amongst all of these little tabs, there were paper clips and there were little pins, and then there was this and there was that. All these things are kind of just getting lost. I love this saying. It was from One Little Word probably a couple years ago. I totally want to use it. This is going to help me keep some things that I know I want to use. The other thing I was thinking that it would help me do is, okay, I will get my kit. Okay, whatever kit it is, let's just say it's the September Scrapbook by the Month kit from Allie Edwards. I will get my kit and I will use my kit. Whether I use it for Project Life or whether I use it for a couple different spreads, I will get it and I will use it. And then I will get to a point where I will say, okay, I'm good. I don't want to keep this kit together anymore. It's now time to break up this kit. And I'm sure so many of us do that. I mean, it's just, I think I do know a lot of my friends keep the kits together, and that's great. But there's probably an equal amount of people who take them apart as well. And then there's also that group that really I'm jealous of. It's that those people who like to, what do they call it? Oh God, there was a Instagram group. They were crushing their kit, or Story Kit Crush. It was Story Kit Crush, and they would crush the kit. I probably could never do that. It's just not in my nature, and I'm not even going to try. But at the end, when I get to that point where I have a feeling of, yeah, I'm done, I will go through and I will put the chipboard where it goes, and I will put the stamps where they go, and if there's any cards or whatever. But every once in a while, I'll be putting it away, and there'll be a die cut, and I'll go, oh, I love this die cut and I didn't use it and I totally want to use it. But I know once it goes into my storage bins, those fun plastic bins with the little colorful cups inside, it's going to fall underneath stuff and I'm probably not going to find it again. So that is what this is for. So the next kit that I'll be putting away is going to be the January kit because I'm going to do January this week. And then whatever I did not use from that kit, because it's already August, will get broken apart. And if there's, listen, it could be, I don't know. Let's just pull out the January kit. I believe this is it. Look at this awesome kit. It's been sitting here now for 8 months. Okay. So everything is probably still in it here. But let's just pretend, I mean, I'm not going to talk your ear off too much, but let's just pretend that like here, this right here. This is it right here. These, I have seen people use these. I want to use them. Now let's pretend I forgot to use them while I was doing my project life. Okay, let's pretend that I didn't. And I went, oh man, I totally wanted to use these. Well, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to use my fingernail and I'm going to open this up and I am just going to put them in here like this. Very simple, in here like this. All right. And as part of my project life, I do have a video. You could probably see that if you go, I think it was last year. I'm not sure. Probably last summer. I did a video on my little bin that I have for project life and how I organize my stories. Instead of putting them in that bin, because I'm just a little fearful that I won't use them, I will use the bin. And this will be for things that I absolutely do not want to get lost in the shuffle. Because let's be honest, my bin is great, but I throw things in it. I throw things in the bin. I'm not going to lie. I just, I'll throw it in the bin. Oh, I'll throw that in the bin. It's just my nature. I don't want stuff laying around, so I will put them in the bin to get them out of my way. It's like what I do here at home during school year. Like I throw things in the closet. I come home from school and I throw things in the closet. At the end of a week, there's things on my table. I throw them in the closet. And by the time the school year is over, you can't open the closet door without getting hit with a million things that fall out on you. And that's what my bin for project life has become. So as organized as it keeps me, I have all the stories I want to tell in little, I think I just fold paper in half and put them in there. Yeah, I'm organized, but I still throw stuff into the bin. So these would go into here. So that's my use now section. And then last but not least, I made one more section for now. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to add sections to this because I totally plan on adding sections to this. Right now, though, I'm good with what I have, right? But if I want to add a section, all I have to do is create a tab and bam, I have a section. But this one's called tags. And by tags, I mean these little jewelry tags. If you can remember these, Making Memories had them like 20 years ago. And I don't even know if any companies make them now. But what I do know is that last year for my Scrapbook Rewind class, one of the lessons was about tags. And I created and made cut files for that class for these little jewelry tags. And I haven't used them since. Why? Because they were in a little plastic bag. After I cut them up and I used them on that project, I put them in a little sandwich bag and I put them in my drawer and I forgot all about them. And as I was cleaning, I found them and I thought, you know what? I love these. These are great for hanging on little twine on your tags. We all love to have little hangy things, right? Especially when we start getting towards December daily. I mean, I do it year round, but most people get that fancy during December daily. We love to hang things. We use those little, what are they called? Bulb pins from Tim Holtz, right? We use those and we put things like this on those pins. So these have been in a bag for a year or probably more. I brought them out here now. So this is going to be where I put these. I am also going to print out more with different colors. So that's on my list of things to do. Right now, I have 3 sections in this binder. And I know that a lot of us also use binders for our stamps, right? A lot of people organize their stamps in binders, but this is just going to be great because it's going to be right here on my desk. It's going to have my 3 little labels, and it's going to stand. As a matter of fact, you can't see it, but right in front of where I'm pointing is my computer. And right next to my computer, I have a couple of journals and stuff just standing there. And this is going to go right in that slot there. So it will be right here in front of my face, but it will keep everything protected. It will keep it from getting dusty. It will keep them from getting cat hair all over them. And it will get me to use them and know what I'm using in a little bit more of an efficient manner. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. That's it for today. I know my last video was really long and I had a lot of different things that I was sharing, but I'm coming down to the end of the summer and I am winding down with my cleaning, at least for now. And this was probably the last major task that I was going to do. I do have other cabinets to clean out, like the paints and the paintbrushes and the alcohol inks and all of the Posca pens and all that stuff. But I have to be honest, I don't use them as much. And right now I have other things going on. Okay. In the meantime, great idea here. If you were interested in organizing anything that's like a die cut, right? Organizing die cuts. Let's call it that. Organizing die cuts. I'm not going to go through all of my stash and fill this with every die cut I have. Again, like I said, I like my storage. I like my little cups, but this will be great for using specific ones. Like I said, the page tabs. Okay. If you're interested in these page tabs, these as well as these are in my Etsy shop now. So you can pick those up if you are interested in tabs. They are print and cut, and unfortunately they are only for silhouette because I don't have a Cricut, and I've tried to use the Cricut software without a machine and it just does not work for me. So I have no idea how to take a file and make it into a print and cut on a Cricut. And so I did include the PNG files because I have a friend who has a Cricut, and she said to me, if you have the PNG file, you can change that PNG into a print and cut. You just have to have the knowledge on your Cricut machine. And I went, okay, that's enough for me. So the last thing is you could fussy cut these out, right? I mean, it's not rocket science here. All you have to do is, you could trim around these with scissors in a straight line and then just go dink, dink and cut the sides out. This will be a little bit more complicated here, but it's not impossible. But they're fun. They're fun. And I can't get enough tabs. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, the tabs are in my Etsy shop. This album is on my Amazon wish list, not wish list, but my Amazon shopping list that you could find on the homepage of my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Otherwise, you can go through your stash at home and you might just find one of these albums laying somewhere. And the only thing that you might need to get would be these magnetic sleeves because let's be honest, they don't last forever. They don't last forever. Alrighty, guys. Again, I'm going to go for good this time. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and we will see you guys very soon in my next video.